guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Addie and this is my TBR for the Magical Readathon OWLS, and I am super excited because I woke up this morning and decided to participate in this. I have no idea what this is. I don't know how it works. I don't know what I need to be doing. I don't know if I've already missed steps or anything, but it looks like it's about to kick off, and I'm needing some magic in my life at the moment, so I'm gonna like hop right on and hope for the best. And so that is why I have figured out my career choice. On page 24 of the career booklet thing was the potioneer, so I picked that one because 24 is my favorite number, and I always pick 24 if given the opportunity. So I'm going to be a potioneer, and my classes that I have to take for that are going to be arithmancy, and the prompt for that one is magical qualities of the number 2, and there's a thing about balances and opposites, so the prompt on it is to read something that is not in your favorite genre. My favorite genre, according to my spreadsheet for this year, is fantasy, so I am going completely in the opposite direction, and I'm going to read a nonfiction book, and the book that I'm going to be reading is Detroit, An American Autopsy. So this basically talks about Detroit, the city, and its boom and bust and the fall of the auto industry and like all of the other things and how they're rebuilding their city. My aunt read this book a couple of years ago and was telling me about it, and I thought it was really interesting and a very interesting concept, but I never like picked it up or anything. And then a couple of months ago I was at her house and we were talking about it again, and so I was like, can I borrow that book? And that's how I ended up with this one. So I'm really looking forward to this because I can give it back to her as soon as I get done with it. And that's a lie. As soon as quarantine is over, I can give this back to her. That is my first book and my first class. My second class that I'm going to be taking is Care of Magical Creatures, and the prompt for that is hippogriffs, and its challenge is to read a book with a creature with a beak on the cover. I'm going to read The Raven Voice. This is a book I have not read. I don't know anything about it. I think it's like slightly magical and there are dead people. Like basically all of my knowledge comes from memes and other people talking about it. So this just seemed like the best opportunity to read this. Like if something actually makes me sit down and read this, then maybe I will actually get done. You know what I mean? Like, not because it's not good, but because there's like 4 books and I'm just like not sure I'm dedicated to like reading all 4 of the books. But it shouldn't be that bad, right? Like everybody loves it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this one and hope for the best. That's book 2. The third challenge and class that I'm going to be taking is Charms, and this prompt is Lumos Maxima, and it is to read a book with a white cover. And I have 2 options for this one. I don't know which one I'm leaning towards yet. If you have a suggestion or an opinion, drop it in the comments. I would love to be influenced by you. Option number 1 is The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. This is a very well-known book in the booktube community, I believe, and I read this in high school and I don't really remember anything other than the fact that I absolutely loved it and that it was about World War II, and I think there was like burning books in there, so I've been wanting to reread it. I got this for Christmas and it's just a really pretty good like issue of this, so I would love to check that one out. The other option that I have is Not If I Save You First by Allie Carter. This is a book about a girl who, her dad is a retired Secret Service agent and they have moved to Alaska, and she basically has these like survival skills. Her best friend growing up was the first son of the United States, and he has somebody that's out to assassinate him, so his dad has sent him to live with Maddie and her dad over the course of the story. Maddie and Logan, who is not Zach, even though I keep calling him Zach, Maddie and Logan are like on the run from this person that's trying to kill him. So very interesting, very quick and fast paced, and also Allie Carter's from Oklahoma, and this would be great for my Reading Oklahoma Authors challenge thing that I've issued myself this year, so that would knock out like 2 birds with 1 stone. So that's my other option. I don't know which one I'll get to, but we'll see. Anyway, the next class that I will be taking is Herbology, and the prompt for this is very difficult to read, but I believe that it is Mimbulus Mimbletonia, and the challenge with it is to read a book that starts with the letter M, even though I thought it was an I for a very long time. The book that I chose to satisfy that class is going to be Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. This is the first book of the series because I want to go back and reread the whole series because I never finished it, and I am far enough removed that I need to go back and reread the first one so that I know what's going on in the series. But also, this book is set in Boston, and Boston is probably my all-time favorite American city. I lived in New England for 2 years, and so I think that the first time I read this book, I hadn't lived in New England, I hadn't been to Boston, but now that I have been, I think this will be a lot more interesting and present for me, just because I'll be like, oh yeah, the little duck statues. I actually have pictures of that on my Instagram. So my last class, because you cannot be a potioneer without having taken potions, is going to be potions, and the prompt for it is a shrinking solution, and the challenge is to read a book that is under 150 pages. So I checked out the ebook for Animal Farm from the library because I just was not interested in reading any of the books that I have on my shelves that are under 150 pages, and that one's been on my list for a while to read, so I'm very excited to get to that one. And then I also have a bonus book because if I happen to get done with all of these books in the month of April and I want to tack another one on, Transfiguration, if you want to be an animagus, I have to have that class as well. And so if I take Transfiguration, I can read Hawk Song. The prompt for that is animagus lecture, and the challenge is to read a book or series that has shapeshifting. This is a book that I read in like junior high, and I want to see if it holds back up. But basically they're like bird people and snake people, and they are like at war with each other, and it's kind of like Romeo and Juliet a little bit. And so I just want to see how this holds up. You know what I mean? Like, this was like one of my favorite series when I was younger, so I really want to check it back out. So that is my full TBR for the Magical Readathon Owls, and if you are participating, you know, can you let me know if I'm like supposed to know what Hogwarts house I'm in or if I'm assigned one? I tried to find an answer online, but I just was like not asking in the right places apparently, or not looking in the right places for an answer. Anyway, if it's just that I get to choose one, like, that's great too. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I hope everybody is you know, staying busy in self-quarantine, or, you know, like resting up if you have the option to do that, or, you know, like doing all right out in the world if you're having to go out and about. So everybody have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week. And hit the like button if you liked it, and hit subscribe if you really liked it, and I will talk to you later. Goodbye.